Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. First time I'm using this new setup, and wasn't told I had to put in some additional audio settings. So let me know. Do you hear me? Do you not? We'll see. If not, um, have I gone deaf? I don't know. I've no idea. Um, can you hear me? Anybody? Anybody out there, please? Jesus. Um, no sound. We hear you. Okay, you can hear me now. Is that okay, Martin? Do you hear me? Martin's just rang me and said, "Oh no, you need to put in this other setting as well." Oh, okay, great. Thanks. I wish I would have known that before I went live. You hear me, right? Okay, that's good. Brilliant. Thank you, Martin, for sorting that out for me. But anyway, hope you're well. I am back. It's been a while. It's been a few days since I've been back on the channel. So it's good to be back, and yeah, hope you like the new graphics. We're still sort of trying to work out our way around it because there's so many other elements to it that we can use and things. So we're just trying to make sure that we get everything set up right. So yeah, my apologies. I didn't realise that we had to add some extra things in there that I wasn't told about. So, but yes, unfortunately, thank you very much, Martin. But Martin then rang me and said, "Oh no, you need to add this in." I found out last night, but didn't tell me. So we are live, and you can hear me, thankfully. But anyway, hope everyone's well. Hope you're coping in this as we stand at the moment in this current lockdown. It is what it is, and we just have to crack on with it, as we say. So let me see who is on. Hello, Ryan Corrie, Jack Lee. Hello again, Jack Lee. Sorry about that. Should all be fine now. You're welcome, mate. No, thanks for ringing me and telling me about it. I'm starting a petition to ensure that Martin does every single stream. That includes pronouncing foreign names. Good luck with that one. Holland gone, France gone, Italy might be next. Will there be any teams left to do a Champions League in August? Yeah, that's a good question. I did well yesterday, Alex, you cheekies. I don't know about that. I did listen. I watched it back. I missed it last night. I only came on at the end. Some of the pronunciations were were quite funny. Have I gone deaf, Leonard? I don't know, Leonard. Have you? Serie A clubs have a date start training again. I think I watched the Friday Night Social yesterday, mate, and the wind up that you got was hilarious. Hi, Andy Carlton J. How are you? Scotty Moll saying no sound. Yeah. We hear you, Andy. Thank you, Alex. Hi, guys. Hi, Kamal. Scotty Moll, it's fine. Thank you. We hear you. Good. That's great. Let's go through that. Manchester is blue. What a joke if they don't cancel the English season as well, just like France and Netherlands did. Finally, yes, I do apologise. Yeah, unfortunately, you cheeky bugger, your edits are definitely staying in. I'm not editing them out in future for the Friday Night Social. I could have kept in a significant more, but I didn't. So you count your lucky stars that I didn't keep everything in. And one day we will do a full outtakes video. Trust me. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you, Carlton. Nice graphics, mate. Thank you. Well, it's not me. It's you love the graphics. It's Kiam's work. Kiam did all the graphics, not me. We just spent hours importing them and things. Kiam spent days and days and days putting them all together, and it's not just you're only seeing some graphics here. This is just like one set, and there's a set for everything. We've got a set for this is obviously the live vlogs. We've got set for watch along. We've got set for live games. We've got sets for everything. So he's done a fantastic job making sure that everything fitted in. We've made some. You might see we've made a couple of adjustments from watching Martin's vlog last night. We've made certain things a little bit bigger and changed a few things around. But like I said, this is new for us as well. So we're just getting used to it. And how it works and things like that. But Cam's done a brilliant job with it. So thank you very much. And when you see some of the others, if football ever does resume, you might see some of the other sets. So we've got different sets for different things, and that's the key to it. So it makes it life easier once you know that your audio is working, which it is now. Thank you. Um, let's just go back here. Just thought I'd warn you that Ray has been slagging you off on his channel, but not out of anger, just straight up slander. Not interested. Not interested in the slightest, mate. I don't watch it, so I've no idea. And let's face it, he slags us off all the time. He's called us all sorts, which is slander, and yeah, just let him crack on with it. I'm not interested in the slightest what he's doing. So it's Martin's fault. It was Martin's fault. No, it wasn't. It was my fault. I should have double checked for some reason. I'm loving lockdown. Really. Fingers crossed the Premier League goes null and void, have other priorities. Alexander Savage, the lockdown is becoming a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. With some leagues now being cancelled, what does this mean for the Champions League? Yeah, good question. We don't know. Surely PSG won't be able to play in the Champions League this season. Hi, Andy and fellow Blues. Peter Curry, how are you? Hi, Andy. Hi, all. Robert F. Son Bernard. Hi, Andy and guys. Kamal says our season shouldn't finish, but I think it will. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Manchester is blue, even if we don't win the Champions League. We probably will. Would you think Champions League will be played in empty stadiums? I doubt it. Just because you've got trillions doesn't make you rich. Brilliant, Chris Baker. How are you, buddy? Is it you're back to work now? I'm back to college soon. Can't wait. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Newcastle fans aren't. My outtakes couldn't get any worse. Really? Oh, they could do, buddy. They could do. I meant if we was a typo. I hate Ray's such a bully and he's a disgrace. I'm not getting into that. How is empty stadiums fair when we went to a full Anfield and they come to our stadium and have an advantage? They shouldn't void it all or play a full season behind closed doors. Well, there's always the things. I mean, I think it's less so for us. I think it's less so for City, isn't it? Because let's face it, Liverpool are going to win the league anyway, or they would do if it was continued. It's more for the relegation places. Maybe not the promotion places per se in the Championship, but the relegation, that does absolutely, Robert F. That really does come into play because, we know that in the end of the season, all sorts can happen. So I think it really matters for the bottom part. I slander Andy after he said Richardson is fat. No, you always slander me, mate. I'm with you, Martin. Don't like Newcastle either. Martin, Charles Dorman, you said the same to Ray about Andy. Oh, okay. So sounds like somebody's doing a little bit of shit stirring, but it's not going to work on here. Bundesliga next would be interesting. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't think we should be pals with Newcastle. Don't care about their annoying owners. Their fans have been annoying towards us. Before, I think I'm the only person who'd be happy in lockdown for another few months. You'd be happy in lockdown for the next 20 years, you. Because all you do is lie in bed. Right. Let's have a look. Obviously, today we've had the news that has come out, which I think is really, really important news that's come out. And this is all to do with the Ligue 1 in France has been cancelled. And so reading through lots of different articles, and this one in particular here is talking about the 2019-20 season in France has been cancelled on Tuesday after the Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, announced football games, even behind closed doors, will not be allowed before September. Last week, the French Professional Football League announced plans for Ligue 1 and Ligue 2 to resume on June the 17th, with UEFA setting a deadline of August the 2nd for domestic leagues to be completed. So remember, that's a key point. UEFA set a deadline. Now, the point is, will they change that deadline now? Because they set a deadline for August the 2nd. Well, it's already saying that it will not be allowed, even behind closed doors in France, before September. So that knocks August out of it straight away. However, it was announced on Tuesday afternoon by Philippe that the return of games will not be authorised before September, even behind closed doors, as part of the next stage of their lockdown plans beyond May the 11th. Goes on to say the government does not see the resumption of professional sport as a priority. And I think that's absolutely spot on as a statement. Newspaper L'Equipe reported that the season had been cancelled ahead of the planned announcement, and Philippe confirmed it during his statement, saying the big sporting affairs cannot occur before September. The 29-20 football season cannot return. While it will be permissible for people to exercise outdoors after May the 11th, he added, it will not be possible to practice sport in covered places, nor team or contact sports. If the health indicators are not there, we will not end confinement on May the 11th. Gatherings will also be limited to just 10 people as part of the new rules, which is some of the stuff that our government has been talking about. The LFP are planning to meet in May to decide on how the tables for this season should be defined and which teams will be promoted and relegated. They will also decide who will be given European places at the same meeting, and if PSG, who are 12 points clear at the top, will be crowned champions. So that's still not decided. PSG, Marseille and Rennes occupy the Champions League spots in Ligue 1, while Lille would be set for a place in the Europa League. It was reported last week that the LFP are categorically against voiding the season, and therefore those placings are likely to be used to decide European qualification. Nimes, Amiens and Toulouse are in the relegation zone, with basement boys Toulouse a huge 17 points off safety. It then goes on in Ligue 2. Lorient and Lens are in automatic promotion spot, but there is a gap of just 4 points between them, the team at the top of the league, and Clermont in 5th. Football's resumption has been viewed as secondary to matters involving tourism and catering in France. The news comes as it emerges that PSG players have rejected a pay cut, with wage negotiations stalling between the board and the dressing room. The president of France Scientific Council on Coronavirus, Jean-Paul Delgrasse, says was completely against the resumption of football in the near future. This is our equivalent of our medical advisor in the UK, and he is completely against the resumption of football in the near future. And in quotes, the answer for the moment is no, since all the places where there can be a significant public will not be open from May the 11th. We give ourselves a few weeks. We are watching what is happening, he said. Now, where this is going to leave us, God knows, we don't know. But one thing that is for certain, that now we've seen the Belgium League, then the Eredivisie coming out and cancelling their league. Now France is saying there will be absolutely no resumption of football until at the absolute earliest of September. That's thrown the cat amongst the pigeons, because we know PSG are in the Champions League. We know that Khalifi is on the board, the executive board at UEFA. So is that going to mean that they're going to throw out PSG? No chance. No chance in a million years with a UEFA board member on there who is the president of PSG. So the next stage is who's going to be next. I know that the Bundesliga are obviously training behind closed doors, but I think all the debates just come back to the same thing over and over again. They come back to the fact that what if one player or staff member who has been forced into doing this, what if they were to contract COVID-19 and it significantly affected their health, or they died? And I heard Simon Jordan on Talk Sport this morning, and he turned around and said there would be a corporate manslaughter case. So it's a much bigger thing than just getting football on. Far more, absolutely far more than that, because football could be ruined forever if they make the wrong decision. So let me go back and have a quick look before I talk about FIFA's chief medical officer and his comments. I think I'm the only person in the world. I'll be in touch later. Reference work. There's been a development. Okay, mate, I'll speak to you in a bit. Martin's going to need bodyguards when he goes to Newcastle. He is. No, he won't. Was Martin Ray's replacement? No. Germany only have 6,000 deaths compared to England with over 20,000. Yeah, big difference. Bundesliga are apparently wanting to come back. Martin needs his Newcastle shirt soon to support them. Yes, we got an upgrade. I didn't slag them. Uh, she wants to put the outtakes back in. I know Ryan, but things catching any moment. French football are spot on, says Robert F. I agree. Well done, France, for putting health before revenue. I agree. Hi, Danny, to me, you're all right. Viva la France, says Scotty Moll. I agree with that. Premier League needs to follow a baller, a ballast guy on YouTube. Pubs, restaurants, and some retail shops could open next week or the week after. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Only for takeaways, not for people to congregate. The thing, Andy, is Germany have done better on trying to contain the virus, and if they cancel it, that would put pressure on Italy and Spain. That done worst alongside UK. I don't think it's really about pressure, is it, mate? It's to do with what I mean, that's fine. I mean, if the Germans want to go ahead and they think it's perfectly safe, fine, go ahead with it. If they can guarantee that no player is going to contract it, pass it on to any family members, and nobody is going to die, if they can do that, absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. If they don't, and you want to take that risk, and something does happen, the lawsuits that could go against the FA of that country, it could ruin football in that country forever. If they don't void it, they will get sued to hell by other clubs like they did in the Netherlands and league back down. Well, they're not back down yet. They haven't backed down. They're just saying we'll look into it. I'm confessing that I had Giles Dorman channel. Sorry for inconvenience. It was meant to be a joke. Don't know what that means. I'm on the balcony, even though it's raining. No league deserves praise. None of them want it stopped. So they only stopping because the governments are telling them to. Sorry, big jump there. Sorry about that. Big jump. France president does Cal use common sense. Premier League are on an embarrassment. Blood on the Premier League hands if we restart. I mean, we could win the FA Cup and Champions League, but don't care when deadly viruses killing people. What France have done is what every league should do, just common sense. That 7 is only the first injury, more will come. Ballast guy, YouTube, people's health matters more than some Merseyside knobs winning the trophy. Hi, Martin says Man City forever. Robert League, if all the leagues get voided, UEFA can do absolutely nothing. They can't ban every team. Of course they can. That's the whole thing. Martin, OFC, that makes sense. Andy, who is on the Friday Night Social? Don't know yet, mate, because it's only Tuesday. You thought you were the champions, you're not, because Sergio City champions. I'm saying that to a United fan. The greed and incompetence by the Premier League is shocking, says Carlton. It's all about money. I said it six weeks ago now in the video that I did. Freddie Marsh, I said this would happen. One big league cancels and the others will follow. Spain and Italy probably next. And if others don't follow, then the European competition are messed up. Spot on, Freddie Marsh. Good point. Martin going to see people with pitchforks attacking him at Newcastle. Alex, I've asked to join. Mingy Wong, I fear he may get arrested for doing that. Martin's a legend in Sunderland. They all love him they absolutely love him in Sunderland. We shouldn't be saying that, should we? Because they'll lynch him. No, Martin, he was only joking. Even if the Bundesliga doesn't return, I'm still getting daily Hens content on Twitter. I saw today, Andy, that Everton are interested in Man City star defender John Stones. That would be a step back or a great signing if it did go through. It'd be a step back, if I'm being honest. But I'm sure there'll be Martin, Tom and others might be happy with that. I saw, at my local pub, people are sneaking in and getting a drink for 20 and 40 quid at the weekend. Don't believe that for 1 second. People here in my hometown have started ignoring the curfew, possibly because of the nice weather. Andy, it doesn't surprise me that only Liverpool fans would want the Premier League back. No, not just Liverpool fans. I'm sure there's plenty of other fans, City fans. I've read people, I've actually read City fans wanting it back. So it's not just Liverpool fans. There are some City fans out there that have said that they are looking for it back. Right, on to the next bit, which is the coronavirus. The FIFA medical chief, Michael Dehoux, says football should wait until September. Now, according to this, FIFA's medical chief has warned that restarting the current football season in the coming weeks could cause a deadly second spike of COVID-19 pandemic. Michael Dehoux believes football should not resume until the end of August or beginning of September, with a fresh season rushing back risking serious consequences. Germany's Bundesliga has plans in place, subject to approval from the federal government and state health authorities, to get going again in May the 9th. Going on, it says the Premier League, meanwhile, are working towards trying to conclude the 2019-20 season in June and July. However, France has cancelled, as we've just spoken about, the remaining leagues. And speaking to the Daily Telegraph, De Hood said, "We are all subject to decisions at national level from the public authorities. It is very simple. Football suddenly becomes not the most important thing in life." He went on to say, "I will be happy if we can start in a convenient way the next championship and have nothing before the start of next season. If they could start the 2021 end of August, season 2021, end of August or beginning of September, I would be happy. Then they could eventually avoid a second attack from the virus, which is not impossible. Everyone has to be very careful for the moment. I have heard in many countries they are thinking about playing football again with or without public. In my long career, I have seen many situations where there has been a balance between economic and health. Mostly the economics won, whether that was about jet lag or football altitude or in extreme conditions such as pollution situations. If there is one circumstance where medical arguments should win against economical arguments, it is now. It is not a matter of money. It is a matter of life and death. It is very simple." And it goes on to say various countries are tentatively starting to lift the lockdown restrictions that have been in place for several weeks, though social distancing rules remain in place. The WHO expressed concern that players on a football field would not be able to adhere to these rules and sees teams changing and showering together as another problem. He also is worried that players spitting on the ground causes a potential issue when it comes to spreading the virus. So there you go. That is the chief medical officer. That is the chief medical officer for FIFA saying that it should not go ahead right now, which means the chances are it should be cancelled. All games should be cancelled because you cannot guarantee the safety of individuals, and economics should not come above the price of health and life of footballers and the general public and the staff that have to be in the stadium with them. So that's coming from the FIFA chief medical officer. So there you go. It just goes to show you, and yet still we are going back to the bloody, Premier League wanting to set dates and do things like that. I mean, it's madness. Absolute madness. Right. Let's go back to some of your comments. Please all remember I have to go up there again, guys. Martin wasn't slagging off. He was making a comment about money. He wasn't slagging off Newcastle fans. He was just slagging off the Newcastle fans' argument that they're richer than City and can spend whatever they like, which is perfectly legitimate. You can have that argument. He wasn't slagging off Newcastle fans. Can I come with you, Martin, for some safety? You can have him, Cal. I'll drive him over there, mate. I am not joking. The lady will give you a drink for £20 at the weekend. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I still don't believe it. But anyway, if you say so. You'll need a disguise, Martin. I love Newcastle and wish them the best. Catherine, no chance that is true. No, I don't believe it. You can get crates of 24 bottles for almost half that, exactly. I think it's nonsense. Who's the other profile with my name? I don't know which one, mate. I've no idea. I haven't seen another profile with your name. I didn't write Martin hates Newcastle. Where did you hear that, Catherine? Not sure if that's true. I don't believe it. You will always get idiots congregating outside grounds, as you have seen already. Some people just don't care. Selfish idiots. Yeah, absolutely. Of course they are. I've deleted the comment and will now hide the idiot. Alex, thank you very much for that, Chris Baker. Everyone loves drinks in the pubs, but it's just a load of people are spending 40 quid to drink on a weekend in the pub. It's just blatantly not true. Yeah, I think it's absolute garbage, for being honest with you. Don't believe a word of it. Right, on to the next thing, which is some very, very sad news broke this morning, first thing. And I remember I was just getting into the shower when I heard the news, and somebody who I remember as a City player, briefly from it as a young kid. This was from David Clayton of the official website, and it says, Manchester City are saddened to hear that Michael Robinson has passed away, aged 61. He spent one season at Main Road from the 79-80 campaign after Malcolm Allison paid Preston North End £750,000 for the promising 21-year-old. One of the several lesser-known but expensive signings Allison made, Robinson scored in his third appearance for City during a 3-2 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. A hard-working striker, he was a shade unfortunate to be in a City team on the decline and the pressure to deliver with a huge price tag at that time, which it was £750,000 then. On his shoulders hardly helped his confidence, but there were real flashes of inspiration, and his excellent goal in the 2-0 win over United brought him a load of credit with Man City fans. The second half of the 79-80 season was a miserable affair for City, with a run of 18 games without a win, threatening relegation. However, the return of former favourite Dennis Stewart sparked an improvement towards the end of the campaign, with just one loss in 8, resulting in a 17th place finish, though Robinson effectively lost his place in the side as a result of that. Robinson still ended the top scorer with 9 goals from 35 appearances before being sold to Brighton in 1980. He remained with the Seagulls for 3 years before spending a season with Liverpool, and later had spells with QPR and Osasuna. He also won 24 caps for the Republic of Ireland and then settled in Spain, becoming a popular TV pundit before his untimely death, aged just 61. And the thoughts of Man City are with Michael's family at this difficult time. And it was interesting because, if you haven't seen it, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but there was one of the ex-Liverpool players, Graham Souness, who's obviously now a commentator. He told some funny stories on Sky, which was quite nice. And he used to room with Michael Robinson when Kenny Dalglish wasn't in the team at the time, because that was his roommate. And he said at one time, when he was back in Spain, and he was quite famous in Spain because he was almost like this Jamie Carragher sort of, type of Gary Neville type of commentator on Sky, but in Spain, and said he'd been for a long afternoon lunch with Seve Ballesteros, the golfer, and they were walking through Madrid, and he rang Graham and said, "Oh my God, you never guess what? We've been stopped by a load of people wanting my autograph, and only one out of them wanted Seve Ballesteros' out. And now Seve Ballesteros in Spain is like legendary, but they all wanted Michael Robinson's autograph and not Seve's. So massive. Even though he's with us for one season, even though he's only, though you won't believe it, you think he'd been 25 years at Liverpool if you read the reports in the newspaper and the media. He spent a year at Liverpool, a year at City, and it didn't really make any difference. He was, it's sad news at the age. I mean, he'd been battling skin cancer for a number of years. So big respects to his family, and rest in peace, Michael Robinson. Very, very sad times, and no age for anybody to go in the current climate. But moving on, finally, a little bit of cheekiness to end on. And this was a tweet that was done yesterday by Chelsea. And they were celebrating Demba Ba's goal versus Liverpool. And it says 6 years ago today. You can see the tweet on below. By Manchester City, official Manchester City Twitter, which caused absolute mayhem. And I'm not even going to read out. I'm certainly not going to read out some of the stuff below it, because some of them were absolute outrage. So much so that the Manchester Evening News even picked it up, and I can't even. Can I read some of them? I'll read one out, and it says, Jamie Martindale. This is obviously a City fan, a Liverpool fan. 2 plastic clubs trying to mug off a proper club. Do us a favour. You just got what else is Chris, why Man City getting involved? Were they even founded then? Try winning one of these and pictures of European Cups. And then somebody, Kevin L. Castilla, said, try get yourself one of these, and it's a picture of Vinny. It's a meme of Vinny Company lifting the Premier League title. Another one replying London, Manchester being blue. An entire fan base rattled by an emoji. I said Left Lanola Papo. It's just absolutely, and I'm sure I've not even looked at the tweet yet, if I'm honest, but I'm sure there's some absolute hatred in that one. But well done, City. Bit of banter, that's what it's about at the end of the day. But anyway, right, just before I finish, I'm just going to go back and have a look at your comments. Let's see, my opinion, where people get together in numbers, confined areas should stay closed like the likes of football. Schools, I agree. Cheers, Chris, says Martin. Troublemakers on tonight. If you guys can use a picture of your accounts, we also know how you write. Remember that? Yeah. Just in a comment that I didn't write, mate. Can't believe anybody's that daft yet. I mean, they stand out pretty much, Alex, so I won't worry too much about it, buddy. No worries, mate. He's gone. Happens, Alex. Unfortunately, we know where they come from. Yeah. Everyone loves a drink in a pub, but to suggest a load of people spending 40 quid is barking mad. If football returned behind closed doors, you'd get exact situation PSG had in the UEFA Champions League with thousands outside the stadium. You would. Definitely. After what the true Geordie has said about City last year, they deserve some stick from those fans. Rest in peace, Michael Robinson. Why do the press say former Liverpool player, not City? Mike Stubbs says, yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I smell lamb being cooked. Oh, right, okay. Good luck with that one. Rest in peace, Michael Robinson. Thoughts and prayers with his family. Love a roast leg of lamb. Says Miggy Wong. It's turned into a cooking show. Scotty Mall hate Newcastle now after listening what True Geordie has said. He's not like everybody. Don't take one idiot, loudmouth just for clicks as a representative of the lot, because they're not all like that. It's just a load of crap, Catherine. Oh, yeah. No one is that ignorant yet. I and the Premier League are just greedy. Of course they are. Do you think Pep will come back to play 9 games after his loss? Heck no. Probably not. Maybe. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's can they fly? Can the likes of Edison come back from Brazil? How are they going to get here? Haircut tonight, number 2. You're getting what haircut? You've had a haircut number 2, or you're having a number 2 for your hair tonight. Just go all out. Just number 1, mate. Anything to rattle Liverpool fans, absolutely. It's very funny how trigger Liverpool fans get that. And Lorente gifts, yeah. Hey guys, Man City 255. Proper club hasn't won the Premier League in 30 odd years. Yeah, exactly, Leonard. Rent free, we are living in their minds. I love a bit of banter. Yeah, absolutely. What's the status on the ban appeal? Nothing at the moment. It's probably Alan Brown. It's the last thing at the moment on there, because they can't resume. So they can't resume meetings. So there'll be nothing at the moment. I think it's more important at the moment to deal with what's happening with football first. I will be back tomorrow, guys, about 6:30. There you go. Right, guys, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you so much for everyone who's been coming on and chatting. And I watched back Martin's brilliant live vlog last night. So thank you for everyone getting involved. Don't forget, go over and follow. If you've not watched the Friday Night Social, Martin's going to be like, don't watch it. Go over and watch it. It was funny. And listen, we keep recording. Some of the stuff we take out, some of it we don't. And if I had to take out every single one of Martin's funny moments, it would take me days to edit the videos, but left some of them in because all it is a chat. And I'd love one day to do a Friday Night Social where we just press record and let it run and show you the whole lot. But we can't because we have regular breaks. Because that one was nearly 4 hours on Friday night, and it was great fun, really, really good fun. And you're only seeing what we're showing you. You're not hearing all the backstories to conversations and discussions that we're actually having. But I hope you enjoyed the Friday Night Social. We'll be back this Friday for another one. We'll be doing loads more videos, loads more. Take care, Mingy Wong. See you, Chris. Thanks, Scotty Mall and Kamal and Leonard and Mingy Wong and Alex and everybody else, Alan Brown, everyone who's come on the channel tonight. Really do appreciate it. Stay safe. Don't be like idiots that I encountered in Sainsbury's today and ended up that close. But well done on the Friday Night Social, Martin, Andy, Tom, and the man from Washington is called Carl with a K, because case on ice I will ban take effect, because case on ice will to ban take effect. Don't know what that means, mate. Colin McDonald, hello, how are you? But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified when a new video, as only if your settings are set to public, not private. But listen, stay safe. That's the main thing. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos, and I am going to look at reigniting the Who Are You series. And I've got some people in the pipeline set up for that one. So I've been looking really dying to get back and doing the old series, bringing it back, because we did 9-10 episodes of it last time. I'm going to try and do 9 and 10 again. So if you are interested, go over and search the Who Are You series. And if you think you would like to come on and you haven't been on before, don't forget, it's mcfcfantv@gmail.com. So send us an email, and if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. But anyway, a massive thank you to Kiam for doing all the graphics. It's brilliant. I really like it. And when we eventually get round to football and we're doing some watch-alongs, you'll see all the other sets and everything that Kiam set up for us. So guys, take care, stay safe. Thank you to all the NHS staff, all the frontline workers, whoever you are. That includes you, Bernard. Keep up, mate, and keep doing the country proud. And hopefully one day we'll be back to football, but who knows? We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.